Welcome back to the Road Show. This morning in the buzz, as many of us try to return to normal following Irene, certainly the impact from the storm is still being felt in a big way this morning. As we told you, tens of thousands still without power in the Ocean State, and officials, as you heard earlier in the show, say it could be days until power is fully restored to everyone. Here in Providence, at one point yesterday, there were more than 125 streets in the capital city that were impassable. Mayor Angel Tavera says that city workers were going to be out all night long to try to clear away as many roads as possible, but he's still reminding everyone to please be patient today. It's not going to get done in a split second. Also, Barrington is another community very hard hit by the storm. Nearly the entire town's been without power since yesterday morning, with roads closed and trees down in several different locations. Today, really all across the state, people are waiting and waiting for their power to come back. On Sunday, more than half of the state's electricity customers were without power. So, we know that we lost power from those really intense winds. What do you guys think would have happened had it been worse, had it been Category 1, that struck us?
Yeah, but not only power out, all over the place as a result, but Middletown DMV is closed today because of, as they try and recover down there. The island, Aquidneck Island, I have a friend down there I visited yesterday, and man, I'll tell you, that's just the side of the state that I was on, and it was awful there. And as we mentioned at the top of the show, can you imagine that, we were, I don't want to say, a lot of people were like, oh, it's just a, tropical storm, but there were a lot of people that were like, oh, it's not going to be that big of a deal. And think about it, it was only just a tropical storm when it hit us, and it destroyed most of the communities in one way or another. So can you imagine if it was a 1 or a 2?
I think one of the big differences, and again, I'm not a meteorologist, but the rain, might have, if you had a tropical, an intense, Category 1, we might have gotten even more rain. We were very lucky with the rain. We still got like 2 to 5 inches. But you look at parts of Vermont who were on the other side of the storm, or the Pemigewasset in New Hampshire. Some people got 1.5 feet of rain. Entire bridges,
flooding,
old bridges being washed away.
Yeah.
So we're lucky in that way. Wind, the big problem for us. And I think it's very, very hard for everybody to stay patient today. Don't you think this is going to be the hard part? With so many people without power.
Yeah, just waiting around. We were fortunate enough. We lost power yesterday morning. We were watching you guys, and of course, give you a round of applause for coming in and doing that. But we were watching you for a couple hours. We lost power. We didn't get it back until about maybe 8 o'clock last night. So we, of course, I'm very fortunate that we do have power now. However, I don't even know if we still wouldn't have power now. I don't know everything from what's in the fridge and just what to do. We have dogs running around too, so I was physically going out in the storm with them, making sure they went to the bathroom, and also a tree didn't fall on top of them, and so it's all of these things that normally you just let them out and you let them go, but it's all these things that you kind of take for granted. And when you have electricity, when you have nice weather. And now all of a sudden you hit a natural disaster.
What are you going to do, though? You can't do anything about it.
I know.
You just got to deal.
You have to wait. One of the things that I hope
you just got to deal with it.
Is the patience thing is huge. And I'm going to tell you what I witnessed last night. We were over getting a takeout pizza because we didn't have power. And there's people.
And they were open?
Oh, there's a bunch of places open on Route 2.
Which helps.
But people were getting frustrated with the workers at this particular pizza place because it was taking an hour to get their pizza. And I was like, listen, you people don't even know. We're 8 hours into the storm and you're losing your mind already.
Right.
One of the things that I hope, and I'm going to say this just out loud right now, is that the state, National Grid, they're all out there working hard to clear everything away. Just remember that these people have been working since early yesterday. They're working round the clock to get everybody sort of back to normal. So just try to not lose your mind. It'll happen.
And you have to understand, too, some people, yes, you might not be without power, but they're tending to those who are really struggling, who have maybe been hit even harder. Maybe there's a tree on their home, or maybe they're really, maybe certain people need power before others. So you really
they do prioritize it.
And wait, absolutely.
And think about the people that are trying to get your power back, probably lost power as well at their house too. So.
And they have families that they still have to take care of and all that too.
We've all just got to chill and work together. It's easier said than done, though. No road rage on the highways. Be patient with your neighbors and the people that you don't know. Blah blah blah. And you're probably sick of us talking about it, but it's just the way it is. It stinks. But what can you do?
It's patience, and it's easier said than done, of course.
Just drink an extra cup of coffee. Really, if you've got the power, another cup of coffee and you'll have a good day.
There you go.
Maybe a little something else in it.
Oh, there you go. Little nippy nip. All right, let's head over to Courtney in the tech center. She's not drinking anything right now. She's working away in there.
I think I will need that extra cup, though, for sure. We've all been on massive amounts of coffee through the weekend. We have some of our live blogger friends online right now, and lots of Facebook people who are pretty pleased with the efforts. Let's start on our website. And Joe said, I could not ask for a better response from the state of Rhode Island, National Grid, state officials, local police, and fire. He says all the residents came together as a community should. He says we've set an example for the rest of the country. It's pretty flattering there. Here's the poll right underneath the live blog. So how do you think the state's cleanup efforts are going? A, great. I've seen cleanup crews firsthand. B, okay. I haven't seen much since yesterday. Or C, could be better. My street is a mess. Here's a look at our Facebook page. If you guys are on there this morning, definitely leave us a comment regarding today's buzz. Anthony McDonald says, power's already back in Narragansett. When National Grid said no electricity for 3 to 5 days, they must be doing a good job here. Mary said, I think it's going great. We had lots of trees down and everything is cleaned up in our neighborhood already. Power was back on last night. Judith Young said we had power back on this morning after being told we might not have it for days. Hats off to National Grid. Great job. She says, I think as long as we all pitch in and do our part, the cleanup will go smoothly. So we have lots of optimistic viewers this morning, which is pretty great. I think that'll help us get through with that patience we're going to need for sure. But we'll see what the poll says about you guys and cleanup efforts at the end of the show. For now, back in the kitchen with Danielle.